Some of the most striking and beautiful coins in the world are error coins. It seems like one of the most popular coin collecting categories out there. When a coin goes through the minting process, there's lots of little tiny mistakes that can happen. And the more visually striking the coin error is, the more sought after it is by collectors. An error can happen at many stages of the minting process, so let's look at the steps of minting a coin and how errors can appear during this process. Before we get into it, I'd like to remind you that over 90% of the people who watch my videos aren't subscribed. So if you like this numismatic content and you haven't already subscribed, make sure to go hit that button below and hit the notification bell so you never miss out on another video. Alright, let's get into errors. The minting process begins with the planchet. It's the blank metal disc that becomes a coin, and errors at this stage can result in highly valuable and unusual looking coin. One of the most visible errors is a clipped planchet. This can happen when a part of the metal blank is missing before the coin is struck. This 1964 Kennedy half dollar has a distinctive section missing from its edge. These errors are a little bit more common, but they can still be worth collecting because they are very visually striking. A coin can also be struck on the wrong planchet. A classic example of this is the 1943 Lincoln cent. This was supposed to be struck on steel due to the wartime copper shortages, but there were a few mistakenly struck on leftover bronze planchets from 1942. It would be extremely rare to find one of these out in the wild. One of them sold in 2010 for $1 million, so they're incredibly rare. There were steel penny planchets that were left over from after the war, and some of those also were minted. Those can be valuable as well. When the planchets are ready for the design to be put on them, they're run through a die, which is a metal stamp that has the design of the coin engraved onto it. When this die is flawed, it can lead to specific errors that can be highly collectible and valuable. This can lead to what's called a double die error, which causes a doubling effect in some of the designs and the text. One of the most famous examples of this is the 1955 Lincoln cent. It has doubling of the date and inscriptions that are so obvious that it's visible to the naked eye. This happens when the die strikes the planchet 2 times, but it's significantly misaligned on the second strike. If you collect coins, you've probably already heard of the 1955 double die. Over time, the dies can also develop cracks, which can result in raised lines on the coin. A notable example is this 1888 New Orleans Morgan dollar. It has a dramatic die crack across both sides of the coin. Die cracks in and of themselves aren't necessarily super valuable, but in good condition and if it's significantly striking, they can call for a premium. Errors can also occur during the actual strike of the coin, and these are among the most visually striking and offer some of the most dramatic examples. When a coin is misaligned during striking, part of the design is struck off-center, which leaves a blank portion of the coin. There's a good example on this 1972 Lincoln cent. You can find these with up to 50% of the design missing, which is striking, no pun intended, but they are highly collectible. You can also find something called a broad strike, and that happens when a coin has been struck outside of the retaining collar. It results in a wider, flatter appearance. As with any niche in the numismatic community, there are specific errors and specific coins that hold a higher premium because of their story. One of the most famous is the Sacagawea dollar Cheerios strike. In the year 2000, General Mills, the cereal company, placed a specific variety of the Sacagawea dollar in their cereal boxes for Cheerios. But some of the Sacagawea dollars had a special variety, a prototype reverse that had enhanced details. These coins can call for thousands of dollars today. In 1937, a buffalo nickel from the Denver Mint was struck accidentally with only 3 legs. This error is sort of obviously named the 3-legged buffalo nickel. This was caused by over-polishing of the die, causing one of the buffalo's legs to be removed. This creates a very unique error that is significant and highly collectible, and pristine examples of this coin can go for tens of thousands of dollars. There is also specific mint mark errors, like a double die on the Denver Mint on a 1960 Lincoln cent. These are called a repunched mint mark, and they can also be very valuable. Some honorable mentions are strike-through errors, where an object is in between the die and the coin, and so there's an impression somewhere on the coin. These markings can be kind of subtle, but as with all other coins, the cooler it looks, the more valuable it's probably going to be. And there are modern mint errors. There's tons of them. Like the face punch error on the reverse of 2020 quarters, or the error on 2007 presidential dollars where it's missing the edge lettering. So even while you're looking through your modern coins, you should look carefully because there could be a valuable error on there.